Hey friends, welcome to my channel, Create with KC. I am KC, and today we are going to demo how to work with Concord and 9th's Chicken Chatter die set and stamp set. Okay, so here is the stamp set, and it is called Chicken Chatter. It also comes with a coordinating die set. The stamp set is item number 12422, and I will put my affiliate link in the description. If you love this set, you love what you see, please use my affiliate links. I do get a small commission when you use my affiliate links. So here is the die set, and the die set number is 12423. And there's quite a few dies in here. And if you go to the website, it does have a diagram. When you look up that number and look at the photos on their website, it does have a diagram that shows you how to put these together. Again, this is Concord and 9th Chicken Chatter dies and Chicken Chatter stamp set. So when I made the card, my cover panel, I used this Tailored Expressions pierce grid cutting plate. I use a couple of double stitch ovals. I'm only showing one. After I got this one out of my stash, it's probably from Waffle Flower, is probably where I got this from. I end up using two and making a frame. Now I am showing the Sunshine and Rainbow dies. I was possibly going to use the clouds out of that set, but then I decided not to. So right now we're just using double stitch ovals, the pierced grid background, and the Chicken Chatter stamps and die set. So now we've got some Concord and 9th cardstock. And I keep mine separate so I don't get it mixed up with all the other colors that I have. So I'm just showing you, this is a pack that I got probably from one of the classes that I took from Jennifer McGuire and Christina Warner. And they have online card classes which you can purchase, and occasionally have special classes where you can order the stamp sets and cardstocks that they use. So having said all that, this is a jewel pack, I believe is what it's called. It's no longer on the website, but it has several colors in that cardstock bundle, and they were plumberry, wildberry, pimento, buttercup, clover, and peacock. And then I probably am going to show you the cardstock pack called Celebration Sweets. And in that pack was watermelon, pink lemonade, clementine, honeycomb, and eucalyptus briar rose. So I end up using several colors from those cardstock packs, but you can buy them individually. So here I am using creamsicle and clementine, and probably buttercup and honeycomb and clover and a couple of other pieces that I'm not quite sure the name of, but you get the gist. This is my color palette that I end up using for my chickens and my background. And I do use some white cardstock. Now here I'm just showing you, I am preparing my background panel. It was a piece of scrap, so I am just shoring up the sides, making sure they're all nice and straight. This paper trimmer is a paper trimmer that I used when I was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. It still works fine. I have no desire to buy another trimmer. It works great. If you notice that when you see all these other companies with the same trimmer, they're just different colors, the same company produces them. So it's fine. I'm still going to use it. I'm not going to spend any extra money. I would rather spend my money on dies and stamps. All right, so here's the Taylor Expressions um, pierced grid cover plate, and I am going to put my cardstock down on it, tape it, and run it through my die cutting machine, which I do have two. I have a manual and I have a electric, and I use the Griffin Empress. I love it. Um, it stays on my desk all the time, and it's very convenient to use. There are some embossing folders that I can't really figure out the sandwich with the Anna Griffin, so I will use the manual with. And if you see it on film, on video, it's also Stampin' Up! And it's very similar to all the other ones. Okay, so here's our our pierced grid background. Looks good. And now I am ready to pick out my hens. This particular die cutting set has two large hens, and it has several little baby chicks that you can die cut out. So I'm getting all the parts and pieces. And of course, I did not read the instructions or look at the instructions. So you'll see me put this hen together, which I put it together right, but I wasn't happy with the colors that I chose. So you'll see after I cut out the hen what colors that I end up choosing. So we're picking out the dies that go with the hen. There's one hen that points to the right, and then there's another hen that points to the left. This one also has a scarf that we will cut out. Okay, so I've chosen my colors, and we're going to run that through our die cutting machine. Okay, so we're going to take our pieces and glue them together. That first complete outline of the hen, you can also use the stamp set and stamp your hen, and this die will completely cut it out for you. Very thoughtful of Concord and 9th to make us some detailed dies, and one that will cut our stamped hen out. Okay, so we're just continuing to get our parts and pieces together. I'm trying to get it out of the die, and we're going to use our Gina K pickup stick, I think is what she calls it. But most of the products that I use, I will put in my description below that you can find. I do have affiliate link with Gina K too. So here we go. We're putting the pieces together. Now I decided that I wanted some details to the hens beak and the eye and the cone on top of her head. So I'm using the stamp set that comes with this hen, and I am going to stamp this in black. It stamps very good, but I just wasn't happy with the colors that I chose, and I'm just trying to figure out now how to, stamp it correctly. I wasn't happy with the way I stamped it, so I end up doctoring it up a little bit with a um, black pen. What is it I use? I use the Paper Studio .5 black pen. So there's the first hen that I make. And when I kept looking at it, I'm just like, I'm just not happy with the colors that I chose. There's the Paper Studio black pen, and I am going to attempt to make where I stamped off. I'm trying to fix it. And then I darken the eye up a little bit too with this pen. This makes the hen come alive a little bit when you darken the eyes. So here's the scarf. We're going to glue her scarf on there, or handkerchief, whatever you want to call it. And it also comes with feet, several different feet. I was showing you that one goes to the left, one goes to the right. So we're just going to glue her little legs and feet to her body. And there's our hen number 1. So now when I decided that I wasn't happy with hen number 1, I decided I would redo and do another hen. And again, I am going to darken her eyes so she brings her to life. I don't know if you can tell, but the cone and the beak are different colors. So I do like this one a little bit better, but I'm just really not liking the color choices, basically. So now we start with hen number 3. This is the one that I end up using because I decided that I was trying to make it a little bit more color complicated than it needed to be. When you look at chickens, which I have 5, when you look at chickens, they're all the same, basically the same color, maybe variant with shades and hues, but they're basically all the same color. And that's what I decided to do, was just keep the coloring simple and not make it harder than it really is. So the top piece was supposed to be the beak color and the comb color. So I figured that out. And the other pieces are the layering pieces that give the body some definition. So basically, this hen is going to be white with some peacock cardstock background coloring. So I'm just adding my glue with my Sweet Petunia glue press. I love this glue press. It does clog up on you if you don't recap it, if it just sits there, but it's really easy to unclog. You just take a straight pin and push it through. Sorry, I'm a little bit off camera. My old eyes, I have to get it up a little bit closer to where I can see what I'm doing. I have to remember to lean forward instead of bringing my project closer to me. I have to lean my body forward so I'm still going to be in frame so you can see. Okay, so there is her face. And as you can see, it shows up a whole lot better when you assemble it correctly. And again, I'm using my little pen to make her eye pop. I guess if you were going to do a black chicken, you would use your white gel pen to make her eye pop. So this is her scarf, and we did that in eucalyptus. Excuse me. And this scarf comes in two pieces, the main scarf, and then it has the little tie part, which is a little detail. And what we're going to do is take a blending brush without even inking it. We're using whatever's on that inking brush in that shade. I don't know what color this is, but I just dabbed it on there and it looks great. And we're going to glue, again, using our Gina K pickup stick, and glue the details to our scarf. And there she is. There's the 3 that I made. So we are using a top folding card base, and when I'm watching ball games on TV or whatever, I just sit there and pre-cut and pre-score my card bases. So this is top folding, and when you do that, you want to make sure your bump is on the inside. It will fold better when you do it that way. And this is the designing part. This is where I decide that, do I pop this up? Do I don't pop this up? And I end up popping her up. And I think this is where I decide that instead of doing the oval, that I wanted to frame her. So I get the double stitched ovals from Waffle Flower, and it is probably the third one in and the fourth one in. And I've just put them together, and we're using some Altenew glitter cardstock, and just put them on my magnetic Anna Griffith cutting plate and center them the best I can to make a frame. I'm going to run that through the cutting machine, and our frame is made. We have an oval, and you will see that at the very end I make a second card with the leftover parts and pieces in that negative space that we just created with the frame. So here I'm showing you that I am going to cut out the foliage, the leaves, and the little flowers to put around my hen. And by the way, this turns out to be a birthday card for my mom. I have 2 birthdays in April. My mom's birthday happens to be on Easter this year. And then 2 days later, I have an older sister that her birthday is 2 days later. And so I make them both chicken or hen cards. My mom also has she has 2 hens. Okay, so here we've got the foliage cut out, and I am cutting the flowers. We run that through the die cutting machine. And this was probably juniper cardstock by Concord and 9th. It's either juniper or peacock. I think it's probably juniper. The darker little leaf petals are juniper. And this is the creamsicle. Creamsicle and watermelon cardstock. I love their cardstock. It's pretty thick. It's great for layering card bases. Good quality cardstock. Okay, so we're continuing to cut out our little pieces for our foliage. And we're going to take our tape runner. This is another favorite of mine. This is by scrapbook.com. It's pretty big. The only part that I don't like about it is it's not refillable. So when you throw it away, you definitely want to recycle. So you're recycling the whole thing. It's not refillable. I wish they would come up with a refillable one. But I love the way it fits in my hand. It's really easy to use. Okay, so we take our tape runner and we're going to center this on our top folding card base. We're going to take our, I think this is a little, yeah, it's a little, nope, I'm using my glue press again, sweet potato glue press. I also use, from time to time, you might see me use a little small fine tip glue bottle that I got from Gina K. I also have a Glassboard Studio board, and you'll see me use the magnets. This is that glass um, block from Share Handmade Kindness that I use to just hold things down while the glue dries. So we're using some foam tape on a roll. This is also by scrapbook.com. I'm almost finished with that, and then I'll start on a new roll that is by Altenew. Both of those are really good foam tape. And you'll see me cut little pieces, and then what don't fit, I stick back to the roll and use on a future project. So we'll remove the backers. And we will place our hen where we want her to be. Now, I don't tack her down just right yet because, I may want to move things around. So what I'm doing now is just placing my foliage where I think I would want them to be, kind of like what you call dry fitting. So I'm dry fitting everything, making sure that I have enough flowers and that they're spaced out correctly. Now, this flower die had two layers. It had a bottom layer and then it had a top layer, and the top layer has cutouts, so it gives your flower just a little bit of definition. So I will glue those two together with my glue press. And then I'm still dry fitting. So once I dry fit everything, then I'm ready. And I like the way it looks, so I'm ready to glue everything. I don't know if you can hear my husband's in the background playing his guitar in his music room, so we had to shut the door because he's got playing his electric guitar is pretty loud. But anyway, we've got most of this glued together. There's a teeny tiny little heart in this set, and I could not pass up. I had to have the little heart. It's too cute. All right, so I like it. And now we're going to do our sentiments. And our sentiments were, "You're one cool chick." And then the inside says, "Still a spring chicken." This one was actually for my sisters. This is my sister's birthday card. And at the end, I'll show a picture of the other rooster that points to or hen that points to the left with all the chicks. I'll show a picture of it at the very end. And it has "Have a Happy Day" on the front. And I haven't chosen my inside sentiment yet for my mom's. So we're using our Misti to stamp our inside sentiment and our outside sentiment. And I'm trying to get out of using black, black, black for every sentiment. So I chose to use the ink pad Peacock, which is the dark teal by Concord and 9th. So I'm very proud of myself. I got out of not using black. Here's the scrapbook.com tape runner again. See, it's just so easy to use. I love it. And we are going to center our sentiment. Make sure you have it turned the right direction. And we had stamped our sentiment strip, and we are going to trim it up just a little bit. And we're going to pop it up with 2 foam squares. Those are from simonsays.com. simonsaystamp.com. So we're going to put 2 foam squares in the center because it's going to lay on that frame, so we don't want to. It's going to make it to where part of it is thicker than the other. So we're going to put glue on the very ends, the pop-up dots, foam squares in the middle, and adhere it to our card. And I accidentally got a big blob right there. So we're just going to thin it out a little bit with your finger. You don't want it squishing out everywhere. And just put our sentiment in place. We're just going to eyeball it, make sure it's straight enough. And it's straight enough for me. So there is my first card. And then we're going to stamp our personal stamp, Create with KC, on the back so everybody knows that it's handmade and I made it. And there you have it. There is our card using the Concord and 9th Chicken Chatter stamp set and die set. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you look in the two corners up top, I have chosen two more for you to watch. Please like and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.